and welcome to STC's virtual spring comedy, Twelfth Night. My name is Clara.
My name is Maya, and we are the executive producers. We're so excited to show you the hard work that the Twelfth Night team has done over the past couple of months, but before we do so, we have a few thank yous.
Our first thanks goes out to STC's amazing faculty advisors, Ms. Maggio, Mr. Berman, Mr. Ramirez, and Ms. Bernstein. They've worked with us tirelessly to keep theater alive at Stuyvesant in this virtual setting, and STC is so grateful for their support this year and always.
Next, we'd like to thank our producers, Avni Gard, Ella Kretschmer, for their patience and enthusiasm, and Twelfth Night's incredible cast directors, Nicole Aitken and Jenna McEnroth, who have brought so much life to this show.
We would also love to thank our music directors, Aidan Ang and Emily Tong, who've worked incredibly hard to bring original music to this production. Their extraordinary compositions are featured throughout the show, and we can't wait for you to hear them.
Of course, we would also love to thank our lovely cast for putting in the hours and bringing the bar's words to life with humor and heart on Zoom this spring. Break a leg tonight.
Last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank our fellow members of Slate for their dedication to this show and STC as a whole. Our technical coordinator, Maddie Anderson, and assistant technical coordinator, Catherine Lake, executive producer, Michael Borchuk, and director of communications, Jess Sang. We love you guys.
Finally, we would also like to acknowledge the STI class of 2021 at the end of our time at STI. The seniors of STC have had a really incredible run these past 4 years, and we've put on a bunch of unforgettable productions, both on stage and online, and we are so proud of all that we've accomplished together. We cannot wait to see what STC will do next.
Without further ado, here is Twelfth Night. There will be one 5-minute intermission, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. It came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breeze upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more, 'tis not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, with the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me. How now, what news from her?
So pleased, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself till 7 years' heat shall not behold her face in ample view, but like a cloister she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a dead brother's love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed all affections else that live in her? When liver, mind, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with oneself king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
My poor brother, and so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion upon the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so far as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowst thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who happens here?
A noble duke in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino! I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear company, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the Duke's.
There is fair behavior in thee, captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid. For such disguise as haply shall become my form of intent. I'll serve this duke. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing, and I can speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me to be very worth of his service.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I'm sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours. You must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought here one night to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
He's as whole man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Why, that you'll say so. He plays au viol the gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural, for besides that, he's a fool. He's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought among the prudent that he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they're all scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They add that, moreover, he is drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He is a coward and a coistro that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn out to tow like a parish top. What wench? Speak of the devil, for here comes Sir Andrew Agaface.
Sir Toby Belch! How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Oh, good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress, Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
Oh, fair lady, do you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass that I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match up her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world, and I do delight in masques and revels, sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws this night?
Faith, I can cut a caper, and I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did note the excellent constitution of thy leg.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stocking. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Let me see the caper. Ha, higher. Ha ha, excellent.
Who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou know'st no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she will never admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold her the passion of my love, surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in nuncios of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Here, lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is symbolitive of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair.
I will try my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, where I woo myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Why is that?
He shall see none to fear.
A good meager answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that may you be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you were best.
Wit, and be it thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinapolus? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you go dishonest.
Two faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so, if it will not, what remedy? As there's no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Make your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
I marvel your ladyship takes light in such a barren rascal.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. For there is no slander in a known fool, though he do nothing but rail, and no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Hermes induce thee with falsehood, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you are asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is before 'tis a peace god, or a cooling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man.
Let him approach.
Gentlemen, my lady calls.
We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will honor with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what's important in it, I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It's more the like to be feigned, I pray you keep it in.
I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand, my words are as full of peace as matter.
What are you? What would you?
What I am and what I would is as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
We'll hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's heart.
I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? Look you, sir. Such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Good sir, I would not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item, 2 lips, indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck and 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud, but if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could not be recompensed, though you were crowned the non-peril of beauty.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house, write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him, let him sin no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again to let me know how he takes it. In tongue, in face, in limbs, actions, and spirit, methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or not. Tell him I'll none of it.
Madam, I will.
I do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you? Let me yet know of you whither you are bound.
By your patience, no, my determinate voyage is mere extravagancy, but I perceive you in so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners to rather express it myself. You must know of me, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messling, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind myself and his sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, we would have so ended, but you, sir, altered that. Or some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said that she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful, and she bore this mind that envy could not call the fair. She is drowned already, sir, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with my tears.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me for your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell the tales of me. I am bound to Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, in a moderate pace I come but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you never be so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, while he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art of wickedness. O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and thou knowest.
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I know, to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight is to go to bed then, is early. So to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the 4 elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Maria, I say, a stout of wine.
Here comes the fool, I faith.
Oh no, my hearts. Did you ever see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a song.
Would you have a song of love or a song of good life?
A love song. I care not for good life.
Mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low, trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know what is love. 'Tis not hereafter. Oh, present mirth have present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice says I am true knight.
Contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, I faith. Oh, the 12th day of December.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? For the love of God, peace.
Thy hair, let's change it.
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have ye no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night?
Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house, that ye squeak out your coziest catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persona, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Astarafy, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
For as good a deed as to drink when a man's hungry, to challenge him with the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the counts was today with the lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, I do not think I will have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell something of him.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectioned ass that cons state without book and utters it by great swarths, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him, and on that vice it will in him my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the color of the beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady, your niece, and on a forgotten matter we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. He shall think, by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my psychic will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, while he shall find the letter to observe his instruction of it. For this night to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea. Let's to bed, knight. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come. I'll go burn the sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight.
Give me some music. Good morrow, friends. Good Cesario, but a piece of song. Come, but one verse.
Bessie the jester will sing.
Seek him out. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me, for such as I am all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She's not worth thee then. What years in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the vent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas, that they are so, to die, even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, that song we had last night.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, death, I am slain by a fair crewmaid. My shroud of white stuck all with my part of death, no one so true did share it, not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend greet my poor corpse when my bone shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me, oh where that true lover never find my grave to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thee for thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one way or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is very opal. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantities of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her do attract me so.
But if she cannot love you, sir?
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me and that I bear Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, as it might be, perhaps. Were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let her concealment like a worm the bud feed her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with the green and yellow melancholy she sat in like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for we still prove much in our vows, but little in our love. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her naste, give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place, bide no denial.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death of melancholy.
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio is coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know that this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting, lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she'd affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
What employment have we here? By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus she makes her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why's that?
To the unknown beloved. This and my good wishes, her very phrases. Firely wax soft, and the impression, her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal, 'tis my lady. To whom should this be? Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. What follows? the numbers altered. No man must know. If this be thee, Malvolia, I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife. With bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A pretentious riddle. Excellent wench, I say.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see. Let me see.
What dish or poison has she dressed him?
And with what wing does Daniel checks at it?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. And the end. What should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that. He is now at a cold scent.
Such will cry upon your oddness, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio. M. Why, that begins my name.
Will not I say he would work it out? Oh, the cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow. But O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him, make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had an eye behind you? You might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Oh, soft. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, resolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to. Thou art made, if thou desirest to be. If not, let me see thee a steward still, a fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised.
I will not give my part of the sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar if the beggar dwell near him.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward. But indeed words are the very rascals since bonds disgraced them.
Thy reason, then?
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing. Art thou not Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir, the Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married, and fools are as like husbands as a candle to a torch. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
My lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you came, who you are, and what you would are out of my welkin.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on Count Orsino's behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bid you never speak of him again.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you know none of yours. What might you think? So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not at all, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
And then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh, world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much better to fall before the lion than the wolf. Stay, I pray thee. Tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then I think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, that I am? I wish it might, for now I'm just your fool.
What a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would be hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, truth and honor and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reason in this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause. But reason thus with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall be mistress of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam, never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which abhors now to like his love.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, but jealousy what might befall your travel, being skilless in these parts which to a stranger can prove rough and unhospitable.
My kind Antonio, I can make no other answer but thanks. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first to go see to our lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you'd pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight 'gainst the Count, his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed that were I taken here, I would scarce be answered.
You slew a great number of his people?
The offense is not of such a bloody nature. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here is my purse. In the south suburbs at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of this town. There you shall have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eyes shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you alone for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I've sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil, and suits well for a servant with my fortunes.
He's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go fetch him hither. I'm as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho ho!
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great. Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings.
Thy yellow stockings.
And wished to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered.
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Why, this is very midsummer madness. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him.
Oh-ho! Do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look at me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she, be opposite with a kinsman, put thyself into the trick of singularity. What can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them wait till he take leave, and presently after.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor too unchary out. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it mocks itself.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes to my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How, with mine honor, may I give him that which I have given you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, that defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs that thou hast done me, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, the year in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of any offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, then take you to your guard. For opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. This is as uncivil as unstrange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know what knight my offense to him is. Is it something of my negligence? Nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay here by this gentleman till my return.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal bitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that'd rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not know who knows so much of my mettle. Sorry.
Hey man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stucking with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable.
Pox on't, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on't! And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence, I'd have seen him damned ear since I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good show on. They shall end without the perdition of souls. Marry, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale, as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he had better bethought of him his quarrel, and he finds it now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore draw, for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God he keeps his oath.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Go to. We must deal gently with him. How do you, my William? How's it with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
You know what you say.
La you, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently. The fiend is rough, and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my bawcock? How dost thou, Chuck?
Sure.
Aye, Biddy, come with me. What man? 'Tis not for gravity to pay a cherry pit with Satan.
You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
This were played upon a stage now. I can condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius hath taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The quieter the house will be.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is erred in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him, at which time we'll bring the device to the bar and crown thee for the finder of madmen. Let's see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge, read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in't.
Isn't so saucy?
Aye, is. I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art, thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind, why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it. Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she useth thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for. I will waylay thee going home, or if it be by thy chance to kill me.
Ah, good.
Thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep o' the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. And so look to thyself, thy friend, as thou used him, and thy sworn enemy, and your cheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass off that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply planed off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now, will not I deliver his letter? For the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity in breeding. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon a handkerchief a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, for I for him defy you.
You, sir, why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold! Here comes the officers.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry will I, sir, and for that I promised you, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir. I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy I shall answer it. What will you do now? My necessity makes you ask me for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you of some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not too much. I'll make a division of my present with you. Hold. There's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know you I by the voice of any feature.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half of out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image which methought did promise most venerable worth did I devotion. But oh, how vile an idol proves this god. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks or flourished by the devil.
This man has gotten mad. Away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass, even such and so in favor was my brother, and he still went in this fashion. For him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest paltry boy, leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Good. I'll after him again and beat him.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money, 'twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow, let me be clear of thee.
Well, held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor is your name Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else, thou knowst not me.
Vent my folly. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I should vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there. Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, I'll throw your dagger o'er the house. Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him.
if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck him first, yet it's no matter for that.
Go with thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well-fleshed. Come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now, if thou darest tempt me further? Draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this malapart blood from you.
Hold, Toby, on my life I charge thee, hold.
Madam.
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous cave where manners now are preached. Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Prudes be gone. I pray thee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway thee in this uncivil and now unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby may smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is this? How runs this stream? Or am I mad, or else this is a dream? Let fancy still my sense and leath steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I pray thee, would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Fee.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you are, sir.
By this hand I am, good fool. Some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of a letter did.
I will help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you some light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll require it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel and see it. And though this wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? His counsel now might do me some golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and this flood of fortune so far exceeds all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with the reason that persuades me to any other trust that I am mad, or else this lady is mad. There's something in that is deceivable.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and that holy man into the chantry by. There, before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it whiles you are willing it shall come to note. What time we will keep our celebration, keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog and recompense desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can this be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So that conclusions to be kisses, if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
This is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold. You can let your lady know I'm here to speak with her and bring her along with you. It may awake my bounty further.
Tarry, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will wake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
The face of his I do remember well, yet when I saw it last it was besmeared as Hephaestus in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable. With such scafful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brothel did we apprehend him.
He put kindness on me, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side. From the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem for his sake, did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taunt him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, not interim, not a minute's vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess, now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon, take him aside. What would my lord but that he may not have, wherein Olivia would seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia, what do you say, Cesario? If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music. Still so cruel, still so constant, lord. What, to perverseness? Now hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I 1,000 deaths would die to you do rest.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love more than I love these eyes, more than I love my life, more, by all mores than ever I should love my wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above punish my life for tainting of my love.
Be detested, how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does you do wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Come away. Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay. Husband? Hi, husband, can he that deny? Her husband, sirrah.
No, lord, not I.
Oh, welcome, father. I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub! Farewell and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord,
do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much to fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across and has bloodied Sir Toby too. Oh, for the love of God, your help! I had rather 40 pounds I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario.
Oh, Sterlings, there he is. You broke my head for nothing, and that I did. I was set on to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody head be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you think nothing by a bloody head.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman, but had been the brother of my blood, I have done no less with wit and safety. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons, a natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fear'st thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in nature. Of here and everywhere I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of Charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage? Of Messalene, Sebastian was my father, such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to the watery tomb, if spirits can assume both form and suit. You come to fright us. A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola. My father had a mole upon his brow, and so had mine, and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years. That record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act. That day he made my sister suffer 13 years. If nothing lets us make happy both, but this masculine usurped entire, do not embrace me till the circumstance of place, time, and fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola. All this occurrence of my fortune since have been between the lady and this lord. The captain that did bring me first to shore, half my maid's garments, he upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and a follower of my lady's.
He shall release him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the staves' end, as well as a man in his case may do. Has here writ a letter to you.
Open it and read it.
By the Lord, madam.
How now? Art thou mad?
No, madam, but I do read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow the voice.
Prithee, read in thy right wits.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness in giving your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
See him delivered. Fabian, bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think of me as well as sister, as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you. Here at my house, and it at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, if you can, in hand or phrase. Or say, 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and guile that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question is Maria's hand. And now I do methink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brow to come taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at, and hope it shall not. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here. Upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him, Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malence it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. One Sir Topus, sir, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad, but do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the wurgling of time brings in his revenge.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused. Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When it is known, in golden time convince, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for you shall be while you are as a man, but when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.